I join with Dr. Baldero in welcoming everyone to this General Assembly of UNICA. This is an historic meeting of this association. This year, our association is 50 years old. It was 50 years ago that the president of the University of Puerto Rico and the vice chancellor of the University of the West Indies together created the context for UNICA to emerge. We are therefore celebrating our 50th year of service to this region. I wish to express our appreciation also to all of our colleagues here at this distinguished university, and to thank Dr. Baldero and his Vice President, Dr. David Martin, for making this meeting possible. A great deal of work was involved in bringing this General Assembly together. And Dr. David Martin and his team hosted us in a retreat a few weeks ago to prepare for this General Assembly. I would wish to introduce members of the Executive Committee, and I will ask them to stand as I call their names. The Acting Secretary General of UNICA, Dr. Muis. Father Dr. Baldero. Professor Rio. Dr. Delanoy. And Dr. Elmo Bell Smith, who is not with us at this time. But there are many members here, there are many associates here. Many of you are not as yet members of UNICA, but you are part of the UNICA family. And I would wish to invite each of you to stand and to give your name and to identify the institution to which you are associated. This is an historic moment in the development of our association. UNICA is at a crossroads, and now we must decide on the direction we will take. In this assembly, proposals will be placed before those members with the right to vote, to choose. While we celebrate 50 years of service, the evidence is clear that this moment is calling for a more aggressive implementation of the principles of UNICA.
El momento en el que estamos, el periodo de tiempo, lleva a que tomemos decisiones que sean un poquito más progresivas, agresivas en cuanto al momento que está tomando UNICA.
And therefore, this is a meeting that is calling for a mandate to take a more aggressive and developmental path for UNICA.
Por tanto, estamos en un momento en que vamos a tomar un tiempo de decisión y un desarrollo más progresivo para UNICA.
We are all aware of the development challenges that are facing the people of the Caribbean.
Todos estamos al tanto de los problemas de desarrollo que estamos enfrentando las personas del Caribe.
And while there are regional differences, the commonality of our challenges embrace us all.
Y mientras hay diferencias regionales, la comunión de nuestras diferencias, que realmente no son diferencias, son igualdades, nos acercan a todos.
These challenges are calling for universities to be more robust in participating and in finding solutions to these challenges.
Estas dificultades están requiriendo que las universidades seamos más robustas en cuanto a enfrentar estas dificultades.
Our universities are being called to participate in strategies for development and to inspire the people of the region.
Nuestras universidades están siendo llamadas para participar en decisiones y maneras de desarrollar y ayudar a las personas de la región.
If ever there was a time in which universities are called to inspire their people, it is now.
Si alguna vez hubo un momento en el cual las universidades estuvieron llamadas para inspirar a su pueblo, es ahora.
Let us identify 3 groups of challenges that should entertain us in the next 10 years.
Vamos a desarrollar 3 grupos de desafíos que deberán entretenernos en los próximos 10 años.
We have a problem of access to higher education in the Caribbean, and within the context of the hemisphere, given the age cohort of 18 years to 30, we in the Caribbean are at the bottom of the hemisphere.
Tenemos un problema de acceso a la educación superior aquí en la región del Caribe y en el contexto del hemisferio, en nuestra población de 18 a 25, nosotros somos los que estamos en la población más baja en el hemisferio.
Many of the economic and social problems in our region originate at this moment in the very low participation of our young people in higher education.
Muchos de nuestros problemas económicos de la región se originan ahora mismo en la poca participación que tienen nuestros jóvenes en la educación superior.
All of the economic and social development strategies that we are aware of are calling for a revolution in access to higher education.
Todas las estrategias sociales y económicas de las que estamos al tanto requieren una revolución en la educación superior.
It is the responsibility of UNICA to lead and participate in this revolution of access.
Es la responsabilidad de UNICA de liderar y participar en esta revolución de acceso a la educación.
Our governments, our private sector, our civil societies, our youth are all calling for this.
Nuestro gobierno, nuestra sociedad civil, nuestras entidades privadas y nuestra juventud están todas llamando para que nosotros participemos.
we also have a problem in our relationship with economic and industrial and technological change.
También tenemos un problema con nuestra relación de cambio de industria, tecnológico y económico.
The relationship between academia and industry needs to be placed at a higher level.
La relación entre academia e industria necesita ser colocada a un nivel superior.
The challenge of moving our research into industry for economic development is also a major challenge for all of us.
También el mover nuestra investigación hacia el sector de industria es un desafío mayor para todos nosotros en la región.
It is going to be very important in the next 10 years that UNICA be seen in the leadership of bringing entrepreneurs and academics together in order to promote economic development.
Es muy importante el rol de UNICA en los próximos 10 años para enlazar emprendedores y académicos para el desarrollo económico.
There is also the challenge of securing the financial sovereignty and the financial sustainability of the university sector.
También es un desafío asegurar la soberanía económica y la independencia económica de las universidades en la región del Caribe.
Across the Caribbean, our universities are deprived of the financial resources necessary to implement their mandates.
A través de nuestra región, nuestras universidades no siempre cuentan con los recursos económicos que necesitamos para implementar las demandas.
The universities of the Caribbean are therefore all underfunded, and as a result of that, cannot function at the level they would wish to function.
Por ende, las universidades de la región no tienen el financiamiento necesario para poder funcionar al nivel que deben de funcionar.
And yet, this is the moment where the expectation of us is greatest.
Y aún así, este es el momento donde la expectativa que se tiene de nosotros es mayor.
It is therefore logical and rational for our institutions to come together to find common solutions and to use our resources to maximize our impact.
Es por ende lógico y racional que nuestras instituciones se alíen y trabajen en conjunto para utilizar nuestros recursos en conjunto y lograr un impacto mayor.
UNICA is calling for a one Caribbean vision.
UNICA está llamando a una visión de un Caribe.
UNICA is calling for a more aggressive integration of the Caribbean university system.
UNICA está llamando para una integración mayor del sistema universitario caribe.
Other parts of the world have done this.
Otras partes del mundo han hecho esto.
In many ways, therefore, we in the Caribbean are catching up with the rest of the world.
En muchas maneras, entonces, nosotros en el Caribe estamos tratando de llegar hacia donde otros lugares del mundo ya han llegado.
But this gives us an opportunity to do it in a Caribbean way, in new and innovative ways.
Pero esto nos da una oportunidad de hacerlo de una manera caribe y en una manera innovadora y nueva.
And as a result, we are going to present to our body a strategy for the rebranding and the reinvigoration of UNICA.
Es por esto que vamos a presentar a nuestro cuerpo de miembros el rebranding, el cambio de marca y la nueva estrategia de UNICA.
And we are calling for the rebranding of UNICA with a new identity which we propose to be Universities Caribbean.
Y estamos llamando a que el cambio de marca tenga una nueva identidad, que ahora UNICA sea Universidades Caribe.
And with your support, Universities Caribbean will be the new organization that will take us forward into a One Caribbean vision.
Y con el apoyo de todos ustedes, Universidades Caribe va a ser una asociación que nos lleve a lograr la visión y la visión de un Caribe.
This assembly, therefore, will be a very important assembly because we have much work to do today.
Esta asamblea es por ende una asamblea muy importante porque tenemos mucho trabajo que hacer hoy.
I thank you for participating and welcome to the General Assembly.
Muchas gracias por participar y bienvenidos a la Asamblea General.
Thank you. In General Assembly, we took an historic decision to rebrand UNICA, to restructure its mandate, and to revitalize its programs of activities. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this morning we decided that UNICA will be no more. We will not to speak of it again unless you are speaking in historical reflection. UNICA is no more. It is in the past. UNICA has evolved into Universities Caribbean. And so that is the name that will now be applicable to our organization, University Caribbean. And as we would say in Jamaica, you may clap if you wish. Universities Caribbean now has a revised strategic plan. It will carry forward the importance of the universities of the Caribbean in building a One Caribbean vision of our future. We hope that Universities Caribbean will be a source of even greater interest in collaboration and in developing projects that are of a Caribbean nature. For example, the issues that are relevant to climate change in our Caribbean, the challenges we face as one community, cannot be addressed by any single university. The strategic plan required of this region cannot be conceptualized by any one university. Big research, collaborative, impactful research can only be done by the partnership of multiple universities bringing their research together to serve our region. This is just one example of the work that will be expected of University Caribbean. We hope to migrate our students across the Caribbean. We hope to migrate our professors and our researchers across the Caribbean. We expect, therefore, much mobility of our younger academics, our students, and embracing the Caribbean as their home, embracing the entire Caribbean as a place where they have a right and a voice. And so, we believe that Universities Caribbean will be the institution to take us deeper into this 21st century that is ahead of us. I thank you.